Bro, tell me.
Hey guys, I'm Lonnie,
I'm Nat,
and welcome to
bro.
Tell Me.
We're
Okay.
super high energy today because today we're gonna be
Talking about motivation. Motivation.
motivation.
Are you motivated, Nat?
I am now.
Oh, good. I'm motivated to talk about motivation too.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking about two things we keep in mind, two things each that we keep in mind to motivate ourselves when we're kind of feeling discouraged. And then the other one is what motivates you to continuously improve yourself or your skills or your skills. Okay.
So let's get started.
Yes. So what are some quotes or things that you tell yourself, Nat, when you're feeling discouraged?
I feel like usually I'm discouraged by fear. So I think you need to be really mindful of this. Like you need to be mindful why you feel discouraged. Like if I'm discouraged by fear, then I tell myself like I don't actually know the future. Like the fear that I feel, I don't know if it's true or not. The only way to find out how far I can go is to take the step. Like I feel scared and I'm like, okay, do I know this fear to be true? Let's say I'm scared of like my private practice, like I was scared of like coming out from a very stable job, but I wasn't happy with where I wanted to be, and with where I was at. So I felt very scared to like come out from something that was giving me like six figure, you know what I mean? But I asked myself like, okay, Nat, like am I happy at this point? No. What's stopping me? Like I'm scared that if I go for it, um I'm gonna fail. Like I'm not gonna do well. I'm not gonna make as much money as I wanted to. And then I asked myself, do I know that to be true? No. So what's the other option? The other option is to stay here and be unhappy. You know what I mean? So what's like there's a path with all the possibility in the world, and there's a path where I already know that I'm not gonna be happy. So
So I have a question. I
mhm,
remember in the first episode that we had together, you mentioned that there's this saying in Thai that
mhm,
you also tell
mhm.
yourself. Is that also something that you kind of repeat when you're kind of discouraged from something, when you have that fear? Like it's all
Yeah.
in your head.
It's in my imagination. That's
Yeah,
what I say.
that one.
It's all in my head sounds so bad.
No. So
I'm
okay, it's all
crazy.
my imagination. Can you
Yeah.
repeat the phrase again?
จิตปรุงแต่ง. Yeah,
Yes.
I tell myself that. I think it applies for everything,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. It applies to like anything that keeps me from going forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very cool. That
How about you?
I totally feel that, right? Like fear
Yeah.
definitely discourages me because it's such an emotion that just weighs you down because you think of all the
Hmm.
negative possibilities and you don't even think about all of the opportunities and other possibilities that just could be the positive things that could be waiting for you.
Yeah.
So that kind of reminds me of another thing that discourages me, which is just feeling exhausted, right? Like you put in so much effort for something, but you feel like you're not seeing your goals come into fruition.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a
So,
good one.
one of my things that I tell myself is that when I'm discouraged from continuing, for example, I tell myself, or I remind myself rather, of all of the efforts that I've already put in to get where I am at that moment.
Hmm.
And I think to myself, if I stop now, all of those efforts, what will all of those efforts have been for? You know, I
Yeah.
would have just wasted my time doing all of those things, building up to this moment where I am now and for that moment that I'm aiming for in the future. And if I stop now, it's like, it's kind of like that. I don't know if you've seen that image where you've had this long, arduous path to get to the top of the hill, but you don't see it. All you see is everything behind you,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
don't realize that the top of that hill is just like the next step or something.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I think that's kind of related to my next one, but my next one is more it's more like from a spiritual perspective. Like I'm pretty spiritual. I think we can all have what we want if we stay true to ourselves. You know what I mean? And as long as we stay true to ourselves, I think we receive guidances from the universe by staying true to ourselves. So I can't see the big picture, right? Like I'm just a little human. I don't know like what's the grand scale, like the whole picture. So any failure along the way could actually be a blessing in disguise, you know? So I always tell myself like things are working out for me. Like yeah, sometimes I feel down in the dump, but maybe that happened so I could learn this thing so that I could be even better in the next thing, you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like how we keep bouncing off of each other because that's kind of like my next one.
But like right here.
Yeah, you know,
Seamlessly.
the frequencies. Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's the
So,
frequency.
so the next thing that I usually tell myself is as long as I don't stay off the horse, I can't say that I've actually failed. You know,
Hmm.
with something that I really want to get done, maybe there are days, weeks, months that pass by. As long as I keep trying or make even minimal efforts to continue whatever that goal is, I can't say that I've completely failed, that I've completely abandoned that
I know.
goal.
Okay, I hear this quote. They say like there's no failure in not giving up, right? Like the only way that you know for sure you will fail is if you give up,
Mm,
right?
mhm.
Yeah.
And I think also giving up doesn't necessarily, or sorry, changing your goal or changing how you're trying to get to whatever your ultimate goal is
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily mean you're giving up,
Yeah.
right? It just means you're changing your strategy.
Yeah,
And
that could be like the guidance of the universe. Just stay true to yourself, I think.
definitely, definitely. Okay, next question. What motivates you to continuously improve yourself and or your skills?
Nothing because I am perfect.
Nice.
Dot 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 dot. Crickets. To be honest, I feel like I've lived for 28 years, almost 29 years, and like I feel like now I am chasing peace. What motivates me to be better and to continue growing in every aspect of my life is to so that I find I am at peace with myself. I feel like if I'm stagnant, if I keep staying at this job that I don't like, if I stay wherever in whatever perspective like that doesn't give me peace, then I'm not doing what I think my purpose is. I think when you're following your purpose, you feel peace.
So, what makes you feel like, I mean, okay, because the phrasing of chasing peace, right? That doesn't sound very peaceful. You're chasing
No,
something.
yeah, it doesn't.
So, so what makes you feel like you're not at peace right now, or what would give you peace other than you? Because so you mentioned doing what your purpose is. So,
Yeah. I think I mean, I'm 28. I don't know how to really genuinely answer that question. I don't know if anyone I don't know if anyone is fully at peace, but all we can try is we can just stay true to ourselves and our heart. And I think that's the closest thing that that will feel like peace to us,
mhm,
you know?
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think the theme of today, I guess, for motivation and everything, I think is just staying true to yourself and your desires.
Yes,
You know?
yes, yes. I feel like that's ultimately what everyone wants. Everyone wants to find something that gives them peace.
Mhm.
And I think we have to not be ruled by our fear because I think our fear is what guides us to do things that are out of character or things that could jeopardize the good things that we have or jeopardize the good things that we could have in the future. Don't feel like I can't say don't feel scared because I feel scared all the time, but don't let fear take you down the path that is not true to your heart.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Oh,
fear
that
Oh,
was
it's so good.
so good.
I think fear is definitely I think it's a useful emotion,
Uh-huh.
right? Because if we didn't have fear, we wouldn't have hesitation, and if we didn't have hesitation, we wouldn't be able to analyze risks or whatever. But we definitely shouldn't let it rule all of our thoughts, all of our moves, because if we did, then we wouldn't get very far for a lot of things.
Yeah.
We wouldn't get to know things that we don't understand. Um,
Yeah.
we wouldn't find new strategies or new ways to do things because we would just stay in our comfort zone to avoid fear. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. So what motivates you to be a better person?
So I put three things that motivate me to continuously improve myself and my skills. One is seeing other people do things better than I do. So seeing other people succeeding in whatever my goals are, or
Mhm.
seeing them do things more efficiently. That inspires me to want to figure out other ways that could maybe be more efficient or better than
Mhm.
they do things, or at least aim for whatever they're doing. You have a
Can
question?
I
Yep.
say something real quick? I think
Yeah.
I really liked teacher. I really like what you said because you didn't say like you didn't say envy, like you said they inspired you. And
Mhm.
I really like that,
Thanks.
you know? Because some people they see other people doing better than themselves and they chase that because they wanna have that in a way that's stem from
Bless
envious
you.
envy. Thank you. Envy rather than like inspiration.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think if also you envy someone, you don't focus that much
On
on,
yourself. Yeah.
yeah, and what you can do, because
Yeah, that's true.
then when you envy someone, you're just focused on like, okay, I have to beat them instead of chasing your
Yeah.
peace or uh giving
Yeah.
yourself peace.
Yeah. Because like when you are inspired, you feel peaceful and excited. But when you're trying to beat them, you feel tense and like angry and like, the negative feelings.
Yeah. So my second thing that I that I'm motivated to improve myself with is just my curiosity to test my capabilities. So, uh remembering from the previous episodes that one of my goals in life was always just to be badass, and for me being badass is just like being the best I could be. So, trying to see what I can always improve on and finding new ways to do things, to learn things, to retain information, things like that. And then the third thing is just my eagerness to always learn something new. I just
Yeah.
like to learn in general and share thoughts. I like discussing with people. So I'm always just curious whenever someone gives me a new piece of information,
Uh-huh.
especially if there's a spark in their eye as they are describing it. Again, I'm inspired. I love talking to people who are
Yeah.
passionate about
Me
things.
too. Yeah.
So that's what keeps me wanting to do more
Honestly,
as well.
no, for real. Yeah, I think I really love learning about people's job, even though it's just like sometimes people are like, "Oh, I'm an accountant." I'm like, "Well, like, tell me, like, what kind of accounting do you do? Because I know nothing about money." You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I think I'm the same way. I like learning about what other people do. I also resonate with your second one when you say you like to like figure out how far you can go. Like I think that's why I like picking up different hobbies like dancing, like pole dancing or whatever, because I see people like do them and then I feel like, like that's so cool. Like I wonder how far I can push myself to do this. You know
Mhm,
what I mean? Yeah.
mhm. So those are the couple things that we wanted to discuss regarding motivation today.
Yeah. And I hope it like resonates with you in some way in a way that can motivate you as well. I hope that everyone, no matter what they go through in life that could be really difficult, I hope it doesn't jade you, and
Yeah.
um no matter what you've done in the past, no matter how bad or what failures, just know that that's what's gonna those were the lessons that are going to make you someone better. Those are the lessons that are going to show you like, oh, I want to be a better person. Like I don't want to be keep acting like this anymore. So like don't be too hard on yourself and just know that, you know, everyone fucks up sometimes, and it's okay. And if someone loves you, they are willing to like forgive you, yeah, and move forward. And everyone can be motivated to move forward and grow together.
Hmm. And something that feels like a failure might what? Something that feels like a failure right now, or that felt like a failure before, was more than likely just a door that was not meant to be open at the time, and then led you in another direction of where
That's
there
even
was,
better.
yeah, another open door.
Yeah, a
So,
bigger door.
a, yeah, a
Mhm.
bigger door.
A fancier door.
Shinier door.
A shinier door.
Okay. So,
Exactly.
we'd love to hear what motivates you guys, and we can probably
Mm.
talk about that in another episode. That'd be really fun. I like seeing
Yeah.
what people are motivated by and their passions. So I'd love to talk
Yeah.
about those. All right.
Please be more interactive with us. We want to hear from you so,
Yes.
so, so, so bad. Every time we hear a comment, like we're like, oh my God, look at this comment. You know what I mean? Like we're really excited. So
Yes.
I hope to hear from you guys.
All right. Awesome. So you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us for more. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.